Okay, so we know what the function is. The function is just a natural log of x over x, relatively simple. What's not so simple is getting the derivatives, and I want to go through that with you. So we'll do one at a time. Square the bottom, bring the bottom to the top, times the derivative of the top, which is 1 over x, minus the top, which is natural log of x, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 1. What do you get? 1 minus ln x over x squared. Let me show you where that's written. F prime of x, 1 minus ln x over x squared. That's done. What are we going to do now? We're going to get the second derivative. And then the third, and we'll stop at the third, by the way. Okay, how do you do that? Square the bottom. Bottom comes to the top, times the derivative of the top, which is minus 1 over x. Minus the top, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 2x. All right, kind of nasty looking, but I'll work through it. And you want to work through it as well, by the way. That's x4. Then what do you get there? Well, you'd get, let's see, x squared times 1 minus 1 over x is minus x. And then you're going to get minus 2x, 1 minus natural log of x. I'm going to reduce it. And what do you get? Divide top and bottom by minus, by x. You get minus 1, minus 2, and I'm going to clean this up after I do that. 1 minus ln of x. What goes on the bottom divided by x cubed. Let's write this down. You're going to get minus 3, and then going to be plus 2 ln x over x cubed. I don't like the way that's written. I'm going to write this as x cubed on the bottom, certainly. Not much I can do about that. But I'm going to write the top as 2 ln x minus 3. Right. Again, look at the key. See if you're matching that derivative. And this is what a grader would be looking for, too. Was the student able to do this over here? And if not, you don't give credit for it then. That's all I can say. So 2 ln x minus 3 over x cubed, we did okay. I need to get my eraser out now. So I'm working certainly with my own notes. These are notes I've created, by the way. But I still want to verify that third derivative. How do I do that? Differentiate the second derivative. Let's take a look. What do you get? x6. And the bottom comes to the top, which is x cubed, times the derivative of the top, which is going to be 2 over x, minus the top, which is, let's see, 2 ln x minus 3. That's the top. Times the derivative of the bottom, and the derivative of the bottom is going to be 3x squared. All right, I need to reduce it, and I know that seems very difficult, but it's in your interest to do that. Before I do anything, I want to point out that x cubed times 2 over x is 2x squared. So I'm going to get my eraser out, and just to speed things up a little bit, this is just 2x squared over here. I'm going to divide top and bottom by x squared. You get 2 minus 3 times 2 ln x minus 3. And again, I'm dividing by x squared, top and bottom, x4. What do you get over here? Well, let's see. 2 minus 6 ln x plus 9 over x4. What does that give you? 11 minus 6 ln x over x4. Where's that written? Hopefully it is written, by the way. F triple prime, 11 minus 6 natural logs over x to the 4th power. So, I'm ready to go on to the next step. Someone says, what is the next step? Well, you're trying to get these Taylor polynomials, and that involves an evaluation of these derivatives and function at a certain value. And where's this going to be centered? At 1. All right? So I'm going to evaluate each one at 1. And what do you get? F of 1. Well, that's your 0. all right? F prime at 1, that's just going to be 1. F double prime at 1, and again, they're relatively simple numbers, by the way. What do you get there? Minus 3. F triple prime at 1, what do you get there? 11. All right, so relatively simple numbers. Now what do? I just write down the Taylor polynomial now. So let's see, T2, that's going to be 0 plus 1 times x minus 1 to the first power minus 3 over 2 factorial, which is 2, and then x minus 1 squared. This is T2. You don't have to write the 0 down if you don't want. Let's just look at the key to make sure we got that. T2, x minus 1, I do see that, and then minus 3 halves x minus 1 squared. How do you put T3 down? It should be easy. If you're really exhausted, you can do this over here. T2 plus what? Plus 11 over 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 6, and then x minus 1 cubed. And I find this to be an acceptable answer. Your teachers may not, though. Please discuss it with your teacher. Your teacher doesn't feel that's an appropriate thing to do. But anyway, let's take a look. Certainly, I should have T2 written down, and I do. This is T2. I got that written down. And do I have this written down over here? I do. We can go forward. Thank you.